Hello everyone, I'm going to show you how to install Kubernetes cluster on home lab
Was I rushing or was I dragging?
through virtualizer called Harvester. Harvester allows you to create virtual machines through Kubernetes manifests. So Harvester has its own Terraform provider, so that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to use a Terraform provider to bootstrap the first virtual machine. The first virtual machine is going to have rancher set up in there. So I'm just going to go ahead and get inside over here. And then I do have a template for my virtual machine. It doesn't have much. This template, basically a virtual machine that will be created. It's going to have 2 CPUs, 4 gigs of memory with the 50 gigs of disk size for the root storage. So I'm going to go ahead and install that. Let's go inside of the Terraform folder. Take a look at the plan. So the plan is going to create one virtual machine. I have a cloud DNS to bootstrap a Docker installation over here. Commit a Docker installation so that I can run a Docker command later in Rancher to install this. So Harvester has been previously installed from USB from ISMessage. I do have this server Power Edge R730, and then I have a basically empty virtualizer with no virtual machines. So I'm just gonna go ahead and install the first one. I'm just gonna auto approve this because I don't want to confirm. All right, so this one will kick off an installation, and then while it's doing that as well, it's gonna at some point also run a cloud init file. I'm also passing, as a part of this installation, MAC address.
One eternity later.
So it did install already. So I'm gonna pass my MAC address over here, so that I generated this MAC address so that like I just get the static IP address. So the machine is up. Let's take a look over here. Yeah, it is up. It's got the assigned static IP address that I wanted. It has a host name Rancher, so I should be able to just SSH inside of it. Let me just clear out the previous entries over here. So then I don't get the warning. There you go. So, okay, we're inside of the machine. This is a fresh boot to install. The Docker doesn't run anything. I do have some notes for the first command that I need to run on Rancher, and this is basically to bootstrap the Rancher. I think I need certs. I need to set up in privilege. It's a bootstrap thing. So let's run that. Check as well. The IP address for this machine is 150. It's not gonna be up for now. Yeah, so this Docker command is bootstrapping a Rancher machine. In the beginning, I do need to disable firewall after it's done the first installation. So, well, it's probably pulling that information over here. I can probably go ahead and disable firewall. So firewall is stopped. So on 150. So refresh. It's probably still coming up. I'll see Docker container is running. Yep. Okay.
12 seconds later.
Firewall was disabled. All right, I guess I had to do it again. So first time installation, it's gonna give me a command how to grab a bootstrap password. I'm actually need to grab a bootstrap password. Just leave the notes over here for the next time. So let's grab that. And then we need a Docker container name. Yank that. And then that would be this piece over here. Enter. Here is the initial password. Oh, actually I need this full thing over here. Okay. Exit out from that. Close this whole console. And then I'm just gonna jump in, yank that. Okay. Didn't like the password. What am I missing?
10 seconds later.
Okay, I'm gonna set up the password that I previously had for this machine. I'll leave this, disallow the collection of the information from this machine. So set up the password. So here you go. So in one tab we have a Harvester installation, and another one is basically a management bootstrap node that I have. So we're inside of the virtualizer running this for on the left side, running this virtual machine. And then what I want to do, I want to tell Rancher to basically manage this Harvester installation. So I can go ahead over here to virtualizer management. And then what that is running on is basically, so Docker inside of the Docker, it's inside of the virtual machine. So I don't want to spin up any Kubernetes clusters inside of that machine. I want to spin up a Kubernetes cluster right here. So I can actually go ahead and do this. The Harvester cluster is not imported. So see how did I do this before?
Have you ever had a dream that you could?
I believe I'm gonna have to do this manually. Management, import existing. We'll name it home lab. I'll go ahead, create this, copy this link. Then in here, I'm gonna go support. No, actually, no, it's in the settings. It says right here, advanced settings. Then I'm gonna look for cluster registration URL. All right, so it was previously managed. So I just need to update this with the new URL. Click OK. Then this left side should update in a second. It's probably gonna spin up some internal system containers, system path. So it is active, so it is connected. So the virtual machine is connected to virtualizer that is running it, and then I can actually go ahead and go on the home page and create a Kubernetes cluster from scratch. I'll say, hey, I just wanted to be here. I want it on this cluster. Okay, while it's loading, I'm going to take a look at the virtual machine. So there's no virtual machines running right now. So I want a high availability. So I'll get 3 machines, 2, 4. This is fine. I have a namespace for this. This doesn't do anything, I believe. Let's bump up the memory. I pre-downloaded the cloud image. It's going to install Ubuntu machine. Use default network. 3 machines over here. Cluster name dev. See, and then let's set up the worker machines. So I want worker machines to be 6. Same configuration. And I don't think I need anything from advanced section over here. We can point it to the cloud init thing that I had before. I don't think that works because it was supposed to install a Docker with it. That didn't do anything last time I've tried it. Cool. And then here I want to select K3s variant of Kubernetes. ArgoCD is a more hardened version of the Kubernetes. I think it's for government workloads. I don't want to use that. I want to simplify K3s lightweight thing. And then I just gonna go ahead and click create, and that should spin up 9 virtual machines on the right side over here. Okay, so let's take a look at so we did the first install machine, association side of it, run a Docker, then we logged into the brancher, grab the bootstrap, we set the password, we put it manually, so this is probably like a manually thing. Come figure out how to do that from Terraform, and then now we're installing a K3s cluster with 3 leader nodes and 6 worker nodes. So it just spin up, while I was talking over there, it just spin up 9 machines. Some of them already up. I do have a load balancer set up to point to 3 master nodes over here. So the load balancer is over here. I've created it before. It matches by virtual machine number. I haven't figured out how to I haven't figured out the labels, how to actually match on something else than the virtual machine name, because the machine name is ephemeral. It can just be replaced at any time. So right now it's not, this load balancer is not pointing to any virtual machines. So I'm gonna need to go ahead and grab virtual machine names one by one. And then I do have a load balancer manifest. So I'm gonna go ahead and delete all of these entries and then delete the entries and then add machine 1. Okay, I can format this later. Then machine 2. And then machine, this is master. Where's the other master? This one. Right here. Get rid of this. Okay, it's a list. Okay, perfect. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply the templates. Go to this folder and then point it to config. Then apply F and then name of the folder is templates. So that should update. Okay, still running some bootstrap commands. I have new IP addresses for all these machines locally, and then the load balancer is active, and then it's pointing through 3 machines over here. So I'll just do, I think, basic round robin between 3 master machines and then just split the load. So virtual machines are running. I can log in and one of them, see what's going on. Yeah, the Docker was not installed actually. Yeah, so, but I can check the nodes. Yeah, so all the nodes are registered. Do have high availability cluster with ArgoCD, Diamond, I guess. That's the version that I've selected, and then 6 worker nodes. They're all registered, talking to each other. So I'm gonna update this. That I updated the load balancer. So I do have local DNS network, just DNS records that are pointing to these machines when the applications are deployed. So I'm gonna go ahead and create a new tab. Then go and other repository that I have. with applications. And then I'm gonna go ahead and split that down and then resize just to make it a little smaller over here. So I have to install, first time ever, I have to install ArgoCD manually. Do have nodes over here. So right now the cluster is empty, and then I also need to update my kubeconfig file from this new cluster. So the new cluster is ready, it's running. I can copy kubeconfig to my local and then update the kubeconfig. Alright, let's see if anything running. Nothing is running. This is all system containers. And then I can check the nodes from here. Yeah, the nodes are all running. So I'll go inside of ArgoCD. It's a CI/CD solution. So for first initial installation, I'm gonna need to install custom resources. So I'm gonna say, hey, there's no custom resources yet. Let's just do that first, apply. And then back to first installation, copy this command, and then run it. Cool, so let's check the pods and that namespace. Yeah, still creating. Let's wait until the server is up, and then I can split it to right and then get the initial password set up. So seems to be running. Get the password over here, and then let's try it again. Put the new path. Okay, yeah, that create a new pod. So default password. Let's see, initial admin secret.
Much later.
Login for the first time. So there's no applications, nothing is running. So, and then custom resources have been created. I need to do a second apply. So I need to flip my YAML to say that they do have custom resources installed, and then I just do upgrade second time. So, and that will install all the applications that I have over here. So, and by default, I do have one front-end application running, one backend, Kafka, Postgres, Portainer, and then that's about it. I think Daxter, yeah, I don't have a UI for it. So let's go ahead and take a look. So I believe create a new container. So let's check for a new container name. And then port forward it again. Okay, so it's gonna go ahead and install all of this application. So ArgoCD is I'm using ApplicationSets strategy. The ArgoCD application basically points it to itself inside of the Git repository and then watches in for any changes for Helm templates, and it will basically automatically update itself. Inside of it, I do have application sets, and ApplicationSets custom resource definition provided by ArgoCD project, and I can point it to some other repository and it will auto create additional applications. So if we can go ahead and click over here, has all the default installation that I needed, and then for ApplicationSets it will basically create me additional applications right here. that are just in some other folder. There are also Helm installation. I do have ingress and local DNS name installed for ArgoCD, so I don't have to port forward anymore. I believe the record is ArgoCD kubelan, so that should point to top level domain kubelan. That's my home lab server, and then that points to load balancer, and load balancer basically distributes between 3 master nodes inside of the dev cluster. So if I close this and then go to this URL, so that's the same thing what I had. Sure. So warnings, password isn't valid because here I don't have an initial password. So initial password, let's go ahead and save this one. Cool, yeah, so all applications are installed. Double check. So another one, check the local DNS. Let's check this. This is external DNS. That works. Password has been updated. So I'm just going to update over here. So that works. Then let's take a look at the front end. Yeah, front end works. Then the backend server works. Kafka has a UI installed, no topics. Okay, that works okay. And then the portainer. Portainer, I do have. I want to install initial, no collection, create user, get started. Yeah, it's just a dashboard that shows what's installed on this cluster. So we're in this cluster, a bunch of namespaces, and all of the applications that we just installed that we can see here, but maybe with more granular view. And that's about it. So that's a small speed run how to install a virtual machine inside of the harvester called Rancher. With the Rancher application, the Rancher registers to harvester virtualizer, spins up K3s high availability cluster, and then from the high availability cluster I was able to create ArgoCD deployment with 2 commands. One command to bootstrap it, and the second command is to bootstrap all the applications that I have. I'll just grab all the Helm charts and install all of them, and it'll become healthy, so everything looks green. Perfect. Thanks for watching.